Red talk, motherfucker, get down with it, identity, shitting all over all that fake bitches, man, I kinda smoking dank, kicking ass on the side, bringing that flavor, she elevating the vibe, boom, bitty, bye-bye, who's getting high, everybody is, bitch, watch your time flies with that real talk with a steel cog, taste it, cheers with a twist and your chin on your faces, podcast basics, aced it, going ape shit, up the ante when they blaze and I take it in, from the gays to the scum to the friends, every Wednesday when the day ends, all enemies wish they had this energy. This is Rad Talk, catch an ice bag injury. Y'all moving like a motherfucking centipede. We accelerate just to devastate the industry. Horse got the boss weight, this could be the enemy. Turn that fucking mic on, I guess we'll have to see. Rad Talk.
Yeah, that is the beginning, the official beginning. It's my friend, my buddy Scribble.
I like his.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a legit artist.
I know, legit
Mhm.
artist in a music video that I did.
Yep.
Go watch it, guys. Hey.
Welcome to Rat Talk, everybody. We're here hanging out with Jen Nangle.
Woo! Yeah. You
got it right.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
It's okay, I quizzed him. I made sure we drilled this.
You were like Nangle.
Well, how else do people say it?
Angle, Nagel.
Nagel?
Nagel.
It's literally spelt how it sounds, and it sounds how
I actually would have guessed Nangle, like something
Nangle?
like that,
Ooh,
some
that's
weird
fancy.
one. Yeah.
It's kind of
Jennifer Nangle.
Jennifer
la la.
Nangle.
I wish I was that exotic, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like a vampire name or something.
Oh, I
Like,
could
yeah,
definitely.
from Transylvania.
Definitely adopt
Mhm.
that for sure.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
But
So,
we're here hanging out, and you are an actress. You
Yes.
perform.
Yes.
You are a movie star.
Oh. Yeah. I knew I liked it for a reason. Yes, I am. Yes.
Well, where did it all begin for you then? How did that come about then?
Ooh, I started with musical theater.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Something in common?
explains why you're campy.
Wait, what? Am I? Is it that obvious?
No, like as a
Do I
person, you're campy.
Oh, yeah.
No, your
That's
acting isn't campy, but as a person, you're very like, hello, I'm Jen.
Hi, nice to meet you. What's going on?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
see your videos. I see you're like,
That is
hey
very
guys,
musical theater,
tune in.
actually,
Like
yeah.
it's very that.
I like to create a show.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
entertaining as
good.
fuck.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're doing your job.
Yeah, so I started on the stage, and I started in chorus, choir, anything, dance, theater, singing, anything I would do. And so I went to college.
Yeah, a lot of
theater.
actors
Oh, you
don't
went to
do that.
college.
I did. I was actually forced to go to college. I had
Your,
two
parents?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had two parents who were educators. And
Mhm.
so when it came time to deciding what I wanted to do, I wanted to go to New York. And I wanted to immediately
go.
start auditioning for Broadway. And they were like, over our dead bodies, you have to go to
Mhm.
college. And I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to go to
Go
college.
get a degree first.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to go to college, I'm going to do what I want to do. Because I don't want to study anything else. I don't care about anything else. And so I went for theater. And to this day, I don't think that they're very happy with that. But they are super supportive. And,
That's cool.
Yeah.
I wish I could have done that, but it's a little expensive.
It's very expensive.
it's a whole
Very.
lot of expensive. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of doing the whole community college / acting on the side thing and trying to dip my toes in there, which is how I met you essentially.
Yeah. I wish I could have gone that route thinking about it because, you can save so much money and
Yeah.
actually pursue what you want to do.
Right, but you were studying your craft though, so I'm sure it helped you.
But if you think about like musical theater in high school,
Mm-hmm.
think about it in college. There's so many more politics. There's so many
That's
more.
true. I try
I
to
can see
avoid the
that.
musicals in college.
Yeah.
If anything, I've just done a few shows, not even like main stage shows. I did the Vagina Monologues twice because that's just fun. That doesn't even
I
count.
did that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one did you do?
Oh gosh. This last one I did Cunt.
Yep.
The one where it's very sensual, where I'm sounding and spelling out
Yep.
the word
Yep,
cunt.
yep, yep.
And then the first one that I did, it was this chick talking about some boring dude, but then she got into bed with him, and then she was just like, well, he wasn't ordinary anymore. Like,
I auditioned for it and I got the birthing one.
oh.
Like where the head is poking out and blah, 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 blah.
And start singing.
Yeah.
Hey!
Life is good. Yeah. Exactly.
It's a fun show for sure, but it actually doesn't count as a play. A
No.
lot of the things that I've done through school don't really count as like big play productions, which is why it's been taking me so long, because I actually, to graduate with my associate's degree, I have to do main stage play. So this semester, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to knock it out and make it happen. Because I have to, because I need to fucking get out of there.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other thing. But musical theater is where you started out. You continued on.
Well, halfway through my college, I was like, psh, I don't want to do this musical theater stuff. I don't want to go to New York and be like all showy and stuff, because it didn't feel realistic to me. It didn't feel real. I didn't feel like
after
I was...
After a while, it kind of just lost its meaning, I
way
guess you would
too,
say.
like, jazz hands, you know? And so I was like... and what I also noticed, too, was I was getting casted more in, like, the straight shows as opposed to musicals, which I was... Which was my love, like, the initial thing of why I got into it. And so... So I started concentrating on more serious acting, and then I thought, my sophomore year, I'm going to be on TV. Because it's so easy. Yeah. So easy.
You get a bunch of takes. And...
Oh my God, it's just so easy to even get into it. You know, like I know when I go to LA, I'll audition and I'll totally be
I'll become a movie star and everything will be great.
Seconds, within minutes, you know? So
and how'd that work out?
Oh God, do we really want to go there? Is this a therapy session right now? Or...
So how did that feel when you got to a...
Oh God, you have no idea. It's been long nights of drinking. No, just kidding. Well, maybe not. But you know, my sophomore year, I was like, I'm just gonna really concentrate on acting, and so you know, any type of audition I could get, I would do. I think my junior year we studied a lot of Shakespeare, so I just kind of used that as like, you know, ways of doing the craft and stuff like that, and then
Shakespeare. Yeah,
I mean
I
Shakespeare's hard, but it's good.
It is, yeah. It is.
If you
like,
spend,
it's so timeless.
Like, I feel like if you spend enough time working on Shakespeare, especially like working on a show, I feel like when you think about just jumping into it, it's hard as fuck. But if you spend weeks and weeks rehearsing it and studying it, you truly like feel what it is, and it's absolutely beautiful. It just takes a minute to get, but when you get there, it's really awesome.
Which is, it's kind of like flashing back, because I'm a part of a feature film that's filming next year called Inverted, and I basically, my character talks pretty much like Shakespeare-ish. So I'm recalling all those ways of how I memorized those lines and how I got into that like
it's really is though, like time, like you can still like it always reverts back to Shakespeare though. Like you really can, yeah. Like you can pull literally anything from from what you know from those old plays.
Here, Shakespeare is actually the first person to use the word swagger. He's the originator of the word swag.
Fucking
I am
kill
so
him.
impressed that you know that, but kill him. Yeah, kill him. But I'm
well, no, that's what it was taken. That no, because I had a Shakespeare class in high school, and I found that out, and it was cool because I was presenting and I brought that up, and nobody knew that. The teacher knew that, and she was like, "Oh, look at how fancy you are."
Yeah,
no one in the class, they were like, "What?" Like they all woke up when they heard the word swag.
Oh.
Mind you, this is like 2011, 2012, when all the whole swag fag thing was a thing.
When swag was still a word?
Yeah. I was a part of Swagger Fest.
I don't know what that is.
That was like a 1-year thing, and I did like
all the losers in the entire world meant to get known.
They're like, oh yeah, swag.
I was part of that, yes. That was me. I was number one, yes.
I was the number one.
I was the number one person there.
Yeah. I'm sure they all thought that too.
Well, you never know.
What kind of festival is that, Swagger Fest?
It was a found footage festival.
What?
Yeah. So I
not what I was expecting at all.
I know, right?
I'm trying to think what the title of the film I did was, but it was about Bloody Mary, calling upon Bloody Mary, and it was a found footage thing. It was the one and only thing that I actually shot myself. I was the DP and the main actress and the sound person and everything on it. And we got to the final round, but we didn't win.
Aww.
No winners.
Boo.
It's all good though. It's all good.
Fuck Swagger Fest.
Yeah, fuck that.
I don't think they exist anymore. So.
Well, then fuck them.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
So you're in college. You're deciding that you want to pursue. You're deciding. Yes, I want to do acting.
Yeah.
So after
She's film, television. That's you.
Yeah, this is what I want to do, right? So, fast forward like 4 years, like it took me a long time to get out here. I spent like 2 years really trying to save up money.
Where are you from originally? We didn't even ask you.
Boston.
You're from Boston?
Boston.
Yeah. Your khakis?
Hey, get my khakis.
My khakis. My khakis.
Yep. And I went to college in Western New York, Niagara University, near the Niagara Falls.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn, so you've been all over America pretty much. Like, you're literally from east to west.
I really have. Because my parents now live in Florida, so we've hit the whole coast.
That's all corners of the coast.
And then I traveled across country with my mom in my Toyota Corolla. Yeah, I pretty much hit everywhere. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, though. So, okay, so...
4 years later, you're...
4 years later.
Yeah,
it took you 4 years, basically, to get from Boston to...
My senior year, and then I did Shakespeare. I did Shakespeare in the Park. I did a couple of main stage shows in Buffalo, New York, and then I was like, it's time. It's time to move on. It's time to grow and be bigger, because if I stay here, I'm going to stay here.
Right.
And there's no growth. There's no career.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to just have acting as like my main focus. So I made the cross-country travel, 4 days in a car with my mom and all my belongings.
Sounds like fun.
We stopped. Oh my God, I have to tell you, this was back in 2000. I'm going to totally date myself, but this was 2004. And we stopped in like a small like college town. I want to say it was, God, I can't even remember.
I feel like this is like a
This
part
is
out of
like
road
a huge
trip right
main
now.
thing, right? So we like totally travel into this small college town. I really wish I could remember what it was, but it was like Booneyville, like
okay, we'll call it Booneyville.
We'll call it Booneyville, because like for you,
Booneyville, Alabama.
when you were on the highway, you know, it was a highway, not a freeway.
Uh-huh.
When you were on the highway, it's like all sunflowers like around you. You know you're in the country.
Yeah.
So we pull into this place and we're like, we need coffee. Like, do you have a Dunkin' Donuts? Do you have a Starbucks around? And the girl was like, oh, well, they're gonna get a Starbucks at the college next year. And my mom was like, okay, well we need something like
we
right
need coffee
now.
Yeah.
Right now. And
Coffee
she's like,
now.
you could go to the Walmart.
Walmart sells coffee like that?
No, they
No,
don't.
she's saying like you can go buy coffee.
She had no idea what we were asking.
God.
Like
That wasn't a thing. Fucking Booneyville.
In this place, they had no like place that you go up and you order coffee and you had
Like not even a diner?
No.
What?
No, the local Walmart was the only place that was open that had coffee at that time.
What?
Yes. I really wish I could.
And you had to buy a brew machine too?
I think we had one in our like motel.
Oh, there you go.
I remember the next morning, like waking up and like looking out the window, and like this guy had opened up like this little caddy type thing, and these animals were like parading out, like these little goats and stuff, and I'm like, where the fuck are we? What is going on right now? Is this my life? This is my life.
Fucking, you're just like, this is
You're
where I'm
like,
gonna live now. This is, I'm stuck in
what fucked up theme
Booneyville.
park did we get that we stop
Right?
at right now?
We're in the Twilight Zone, y'all. Twilight Zone for sure.
Oh man.
So I finally made it
That's
to
awesome.
LA.
Finally, after that whole
Finally, after
mission.
4 days in the car. And then I've been
Oh man, that's gotta be rough. 4 days. Ugh.
with my mother.
Yeah.
And I love my mother to death. I love my mother to death, but
We're gonna
Yeah,
talk
me-
therapy
yeah.
session over here.
I know, right? So
much
how
do you
was the
charge
car
an hour?
ride?
I was gonna say, how
How
much
was
do
the
you
car
charge?
ride? Did you guys talk at all? Did you talk at all
Oh,
about
God.
no.
You-
Oh.
with my mom, it's really weird because, and I love her to death, but she's a Virgo.
Uh-huh.
And I'm a Pisces, so I'm like insanely emotional, and she's just like boom, 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 boom.
Analytical.
Boom, boom. Yes. So with my mom, it can go from, you really need to get a job. You really need to do this. Like, we're gonna have to get you an apartment. We're gonna have to get you settled.
And then you gotta
Right.
find a husband, and then
Yeah, and then it's like, but what makes you happy? Like, what do you think acting really makes you happy? Because, and I'm like, oh my God, can we either be like one or the other? Like, this emotional roller coaster is just too much for me. So.
Yeah, so you're glad that the journey's over.
Oh my god, I never want to do it again, ever. I love you, Mom, but I never want to do it again, ever.
So you make it to LA, though.
Yes,
finally.
And I had actually registered for a Meisner technique class.
Oh, okay.
2 years.
Uh-huh.
I was like,
I don't know what that is.
you don't know what Meisner is?
No.
I love you.
Aww.
It's nice to be around a non-actor, you know. Meisner is.
You're welcome.
Yes, we need to talk more. Yeah. Meisner is a technique. It's an acting technique, and it's very intense. And so,
they're like, yo, you're gonna be a torture victim, so we're actually gonna put a bolt like batteries on your nipples or something like that.
How did you know? That was the first class.
Just kidding. No, it was
sounds
not.
Like fun.
No.
Sounds like fun.
I know, he's like,
you're like,
sign
sign
me
me
up.
That sounds fucking awesome.
I'll start class on Monday, right? No, it's pretty much like, I'm trying to think like how I can easily say this without boring your whole audience. It's kind of like you're the captain of my ship and I'm the captain of your ship when we're doing a scene. So whatever you say, I react to. I take it.
That's what it is.
I'm taking this in and I'm reacting to it and I'm kind of freaking out because I don't know what just happened right now. And then you would
acting.
You would yes, and then you would react to my response.
Oh, see, I get this. Acting's easy. What are you talking?
Everybody can be an actor.
Acting
right?
school from Jennifer Dangle.
101.
You take 3 shots of tequila and you just go for it.
Fuck yeah.
And I charge $300 a class too.
Yes!
So,
that's perfect. What are you talking about?
Oh, Shorty says hi on the live feed. Shorty's on the live feed, and Cameron Hammond also says hi.
Hi, Cameron.
And Shorty's super excited about the batteries and to the nipples.
Of course he is. Of course you are. Of course you are. Wait, should we go back to Meisner or should we talk about that more?
Anyway, batteries, Meisner, whatever the fuck.
I know, Mouser, what was it again?
Meisner?
Mouser.
So I did 2 years of that. And like the first year, basically what you do is it's like you take it and you respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I said, hi, you would take it in and then you would repeat it of however you feel it.
So I'm going based off of your feeling then? Like
Yeah.
whatever, how you say it, I'm supposed to respond.
You're supposed to take it in, digest it.
But respond with how it made me feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ah.
So if I go, hi.
Hello.
Oh, hey!
What?
Meisner! I'm sorry.
Bitch.
I'm sorry. I am the third wheel tonight. Yes.
No, I'm kidding. Matt doesn't know he's the third wheel yet.
Oh! We can talk about that later.
Like I said, I could watch.
We're just watching the corner.
There's way too much. So many hidden secrets that y'all don't know even
I know.
what you're up for. Anyway, so
We'll get to that later.
So I did a whole year of that, sitting at a table with another actor, taking in what they said, and then digesting it, and then responding. And then you add in an activity. And then the next year, you bring in more things. So you create a scene, you create a circumstance, you create a subject. And so as much as I don't want to admit that, this is where my whole writing and producing aspects came into play.
Oh.
From the Meisner class.
Yes. Because we had to create our own scenes. We had to bring in a scene where, you know, 2 characters would have to have some sort of confrontation or issue, and then you would have to...
So getting into that character's head and thinking how would they ingest this and back and forth vice versa would be how you would organically write a script.
Totally.
Got
so,
it.
like...
Because it makes sense acting, because I've acted...
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, I've acted in 2 things that she's written, and that makes sense. And, I mean, you're very flexible as far as...
Oh, yeah.
As far as it, like, we'll change the words if it
Oh,
feels...
wait, you act too?
Aw,
She
bitch.
does. Yeah, she's actually pretty good too.
Thanks, I try. You make it so easy though. But essentially,
I need to come over here more often.
you get showered in compliments. But
she does. She compliments you all the
really?
time. All the time.
You should text me.
Just
tell me.
Just for you to pick me up.
Because most days I'm like, fuck my life, I don't know what I'm doing. It'd be like, you're amazing. Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Well, no, it was super fun to work with you. And then even just reading through the script, it does feel organic. And then even in the moment acting, how you're like, well, change the words around if you need to. And I kind of, for the most part, like, the words are right, but how they're coming out of my mouth is how they're going to come out.
Oh, absolutely. You have to be in that moment.
Yeah.
The only way that it's going to be real and true is if you are in it to win it, and then let it out. You know, I guess when I write, I try and write for the actor. I never went to film school. I never took a screenwriting class. I really don't know how film works. Mm-hmm. I am faking it till I make it.
There you go.
And
me too.
Are you?
No.
Well, faking it I think we're making it. We're doing good.
Totally making it because I was totally fooled.
We got this.
Totally got it.
Convinced you?
Yes.
Fooled you.
This is like super
we don't know
fancy,
what the fuck we're doing.
Oh,
we just found all this shit on the street, and we're just doing this.
Oh, here we go, y'all. First,
Yeah.
episode 1.
I know. Well, shout
Pretty
out
much.
to the Dungeon from the Dungeon podcast because they pretty much made this happen. Like
Yeah,
as far as
pretty much. They did.
They're helping us fake it, and we appreciate it. So thanks, guys.
They're doing a good job.
or they're the first real victims.
Oh.
Yeah. We faked it so well we fooled them.
We faked it so well we fooled them. We're just cons from LA. We're gonna steal all your shit.
You know I'm just messing with you, D. We fucking love you, dude.
I know. We love you. We appreciate you, and that's our quick shout out.
He joined the live feed. The guy who.
That was perfect timing, you guys.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
I know that's kind of our bit. Like, you know how you have commercials in podcasts. So that was like our brief commercial break, but
5
you didn't realize
seconds.
it.
Boom, boom, boom.
That was our quick commercial break.
Well, I mean, I'm still gonna plug it in and all.
Oh yeah, of course, plug it, of course. But that was just a brief little
plug it.
Plug it in, plug it in.
I was just thinking about those commercials the other day. I was like, dude, I missed those commercials.
Nobody says that anymore. Like, especially all sexual.
Dude, kids will never know what to plug in.
They won't.
They won't.
They won't know what to plug in.
I know.
Oh, no.
They're never gonna know. Their rooms are just gonna smell like shit all the time.
I had to plug in.
You had to plug in? Yeah.
I saw that commercial and I was like, I need to plug in.
Oh, gosh.
What were you talking about again?
The Meisner, how it affected your writing.
Oh yeah, so
And
you're
got
not into
into-
writing.
Oh,
What has that brought you to as of? Okay, so now you're writing scripts.
No, I actually wasn't. Once I finished like Meisner, I auditioned like a fool. I tried to get
like a fool.
I really did. I auditioned like a fool. In fact, I have so many awful audition stories. If you ever want me to come on and tell you about them, I will. But I realized that something wasn't working. I wasn't doing something right. I was never booking anything. And I was like, here I went through all this training, and here I feel like I have all this talent and all these tools, and I know what to do, but nothing's working. So I ended up doing, I got asked to be a part of this web series. And it was kind of like the new self-producing type thing.
Oh, a self-producing web series.
That was the little...
Yeah, it was
that was the creak in the door where you were like,
what is that?
What is self-producing?
What do you do? How do you do this?
You rent all the shit, you film it real quick.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Yes, but...
Oh, really? Self-producing web series, I immediately thought like Cam Girl.
Oh.
Well,
you can visit my site at www.
I know, because I feel like the setup would literally be like this, but you just kind of turn it around and you see the whole bed and everything.
Man, I should have, man. I should have talked to you about this before I did anything.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's what I mean is that self-producing web series. I mean, that's kind of...
Well,
I
actually...
mean, you're not wrong.
I know, that's what immediately... And then you said it like that, and I was just like, wait, what? Okay, but this is like actual self-producing web series.
Reese Catholic schoolgirl was like...
So was I.
Oh!
I did 13 years of Catholic school.
I didn't go to Catholic school, but I went to CCD.
I went to CCD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel my pain.
No wonder we're all awful.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's like
Jeez.
a whole other episode.
That's a whole, seriously.
Therapy,
Catholic
right?
school war story.
I was a terror, okay? There's literally been a woman walk into my office and tell my mom, "Oh my God, that's your son."
I'm sorry.
Well, with a name like Rat, I didn't even know what to expect.
Yeah, and it's actually ironic too, because my real name is Matthew Jacob, so I have a very biblical name.
Very.
And it the ladies over there thought I was the fucking devil and reincarnate. They seriously did. They fucking hated me.
Well, I went through your sanctuary like earlier today. I mean, I saw it, but no, just kidding.
God, what are we talking about? Garrett's
I know Catholic schoolgirls.
Sorry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
Self-producing web series.
self-producing web series.
Not
yes,
porn.
Yes.
No.
Not porn.
A guy I went to high school with the other day messaged me and told me I should get into porn.
It's okay. Somebody told me that too, anonymously. It was when they had I don't know, some kind of anonymous app that started again, and I downloaded it, and I had somebody tell me, it's just you should do porn because nobody actually cares. You're pretty enough, do it. I was like,
We could get into porn together. Awkward. Anyway, okay. So, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know.
I can sit in the corner.
Just sit in the corner. He's like, I just want to watch. So third wheel right now, y'all. So third wheel. So I was asked to be a producer on this web series. It was a sci-fi comedy.
A sci-fi comedy.
Sci-fi comedy.
Like
where,
the Orville, but better?
Mm,
Worse? Oh,
I don't know
jeez.
if it was
I don't
better, but
even
it was
want to think
different.
about it then.
It was different, and I was able to create my own character, but it was based on the Ancient Aliens theory.
Uh-huh.
So basically, these aliens that are in human form were in the LA office, and we went out and we tried to help humans, but we couldn't help them unless they asked for help.
That actually would have been a good series if it was done right.
Well, season 1 was done pretty well.
It was was it supposed to take place in modern?
Yeah,
day?
modern times.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, no.
Lost me
no.
after that.
Oh, shh. I mean, it was
Place in the 80s or something.
totally the 80s.
What?
Yes, he's like mind blown. No,
Aliens
it was,
in the 80s.
yeah, it was definitely modern time. And then there wasn't enough push to move on to season 2, unfortunately. But I had
Unfortunately, you seem very bummed about that.
I had a blast doing that character. I had a blast.
Well, then who was your character? Who would you...
I named her McKenna.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I could tell you the meaning right now, but I am 3 tequila shots in, so I can't remember. But but she was all about the pop stars and the pop culture, and she was ditzy, which I never get cast as. She was totally out there and really flamboyant and big, and it was just so much fun. And the cast and crew that we had around us was just amazing. It's just that the creator just didn't want to continue on with it without funding, and we all know nowadays you can't get
do
funding
anything.
ever.
Can't have fun without funding.
So
really
I'm gonna pitch an idea. Ancient Alien show, kind of based like that, but it's actually the aliens trying to teach the cavemen.
we did that. We did that in season 1.
You did do that?
We did do
yeah,
that.
see,
Aliens
that
teaching
should have been the
cavemen.
whole series right there.
You're like, that should have
That
been
should have
all
been
season
whole,
1.
yeah, the whole
and then
series
moving
should
on.
have just been that.
No, that was
It should be in the 80s / coming into maybe, or even 90s into the 2000s, the new millennium, because that's when that's when us as people were kind of introduced to a whole new technology, and now all of a sudden everybody has smartphones and computers. I feel like it should have just taken place a little bit further back, but still kind of present, because then it'd be like, oh shit, that's how we have smartphones, because the aliens gave it to us.
We actually used iPhones as our communication to our other worlds and God.
And God.
Just call it God. FaceTime
That's
real
fucking
quick.
awesome.
With
Hey,
Jesus.
God, can we talk for a minute? And actually, in season 2, we would have this huge conversation with God
With
on
God.
this huge,
He's like, yeah, what's
which
up?
was a woman, an African American woman, by the way.
Fuck
Ooh.
yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it had a lot of creativity, I think, and a lot of interest. It just wasn't pushed enough. Mm-hmm. So I took everything what I learned from that and then started writing.
There you go. Okay. So you got to the writing, and then, I mean, now what else are you working on? Well, I know what you're working on.
Wait.
What?
Oh!
We need to take a break.
Oh, okay.
Because we do have, on the show, we play musical artists and everything, and I have a special shout out to Steven, our buddy Steven from the Human Extinction. It was his birthday this week.
Shirt right now.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is their shirt. I can't really see it on that. Yep, there you go. The Human Extinction. Yeah. It's a badass shirt. So I'm ripping the shirt. I'm going to give him a special shout out, wish him a happy birthday and all that good shit. And of course, we're going to play his band, the Human Extinction, to take us out on a quick break because I want another shot.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
I have to do it too. I'll probably be here for a while.
So it'll be a very good second half. That's what I'm trying to that's what I'm trying to get at.
I know. So stick around, folks.
Yeah, but right now we're gonna fucking take it out on some Human Extinction and hold on to your panties, people, because they fucking go hard. And we're gonna go with a song called.
I need to go hard right now.
Let's do Martial Law. Let's do Martial Law because I haven't heard that song in a while.
Martial Law.
Mhm. I like this song.
Another shot, guys.
Another shot. Woo!
These people are bad influences.
Well, yeah. Oh, fuck.
We good.
I know. Hey,
Stay
guys.
hydrated.
Welcome back. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for sticking around. Yep. Thanks for sticking around. We're back. We're fucking talking and hanging out. I don't know why I'm starting to talk like this, but...
Hi.
Oh, what's up, Nikki? Shout out to Nikki Hicks for...
Nikki
I know she's
Hicks.
Yeah.
She
hey,
sounds like a
girl.
rock star.
It sounds like Stevie Nicks, so it's Nikki Hicks.
That's my sister.
Ah, yeah.
Nikki Hicks. From Chronix Effects.
Chronix EFX. Yeah.
They did the special effects makeup for both of the recent flicks that I've done with Miss Jennifer Nagle.
Cool. Because I said she sounded like a rock. That's a rock star name, and then you said what did you say from
Chronix.
From Chronix, yeah. That
Nikki
sounds like
Hicks from Chronix.
Yeah, that sounds like a band too. So I'm like, oh shit, so she is a rock star.
She's
mean,
badass.
She's a rock star makeup artist.
Hey.
Fucking gets it done. She yeah.
That's it. She just gets it done.
She gets it done, and we look fucking good. I mean, I don't want to say we
look badass.
Yeah, we look badass and bloody and all fucked up and shit. Like, it's yeah. I've had a lot of shots.
Speaking of bloody and guts and stuff, so I guess that's the type of role that you're more appealing to, I guess.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wouldn't you say?
She doesn't even like blood.
No. No. Yes. Horror.
Would you call me?
Oh my god, that's so funny that you say that because, okay, so my day job, I work at a tanning salon, and I come in contact with like a lot of personalities and people and stuff like that. And so there is this one really big, and he is very like out there, like name wise, makeup artist. Where every time he comes in, I'm always like, hey, like I try to impress him type thing, you know,
Aww.
and it just never works. But he was like, hey girl, I haven't seen you in a while, you know, I've been traveling to Thailand and China, blah, blah, blah. What have you been doing, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm a horror host. And he's like, you're a what? You're a what? You're a what?
A what host?
And I'm like,
You're running a brothel
horror
now?
host, you know, like Elvira. And he's like, oh, horror. You really need to enunciate, Jen.
Oh man.
So,
I know what happened to all the high school musical theater with the diction.
hey.
Diction, Jen.
Oh,
Enunciate.
I guess I forgot all about that.
I know.
Long gone.
I know. Once we were to film and television, all the diction goes out the window.
Right.
And that's just kind of a side note. That's what I realized too, because especially kind of switching gears and going from stage to film, you have to be way more subtle. I'm so used to, I am acting, I am projecting, this is what I'm feeling, being like, no matter what it is, being very big. And I realized with film, you don't gotta be that big, because the camera, it's a tight shot right there, so just even the subtlest movements work. So,
which was a huge lesson for me. Huge, because since I was age 10 up until, I don't know, when I moved out here, and I'm not gonna tell you what age I moved out here, it was always like big and showy and stuff like that. And so I would go into class and I would be big and showy, and she'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is that? And I'm like, well, I'm performing. And she's like, no, you need to be more realistic. You need to be more in the moment.
More believable.
relax, be subtle.
True to life. Yeah. And I think that's what made me fall more in love with television and film, was that you can go to set, or you can enter class, and you will have the craziest, most intimate workout ever. You know, just getting any type of emotion or feeling or whatever that you're feeling, which I tend to write about.
Yeah, I mean, that makes for good writing.
Which you would know about.
Okay, so you wrote some scripts.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So about that.
So you wrote some scripts, and you acted, and I acted, and we got bloody. Yeah.
By Chronix EFX, yes.
What are your most memorable parts at this point now? Like once you got to LA and everything and decided, yes, I'm gonna start doing film, because you mentioned you did your sci-fi web series.
Yeah.
Well, what led on after that? What was happening after the web series? As far as like your characters go, as like the ones that you created and wrote about, or at least had a special connection with.
The one thing that kind of launched me into the horror genre was a film that I wrote and acted in called Demonic Attachment. And it was based on the haunted house that I grew up in.
Nice.
I grew up in a small town called Danvers, which is just north of Boston.
So you're the reason why she thought she can go ghost hunting by herself and then fell down some
fucking
stairs.
Whoa! Hey, I am
me
nothing
out.
to be a part of that. No! Don't even include me, because when she was like, hey, I did something, I'm like, don't even tell me. You went by yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll fucking tell it. So we recently filmed something.
Like, it's so funny though, because like when she's like, I'm very proud, but very disappointed at the same time.
Why are you proud?
I'm proud because
what you call was pretty epic.
I love ghost hunting.
Yeah.
I love ghost hunting. Like I grew up on like all the paranormal shows.
Yeah.
I sit here and watch ghost videos on YouTube and everything. Like
I guess that's why I got fucking ballsy. So I'm
she
going.
Did. She got fucking
So
ballsy.
she told me, she was like, oh, it's like supposedly it's haunted and everything, and I was like, oh, so you went, but like I was like, oh, cool. But then she told me she fell and hurt herself and everything, and that's why I was like, oh.
Wait, let's like restart this conversation, okay? Since we're gonna go into the
restart.
hunt.
Okay.
Okay. So I had actually no, not me. My really great friend and collaborator, Hunter Johnson, had blocked out these 4 days at this veterinarian hospital in Riverside,
Which is abandoned. We need to preface that. It's abandoned. It's dirty. It's old. It's
It's empty.
It's totally empty. It's dirty. It's anyway. So originally we were supposed to shoot Malvolia Halloween special within those 4 days, but I couldn't. There was a lot of miscommunication. I couldn't get the script together. I couldn't get the certain actors that I wanted to commit to those times. So it ended up kind of like falling apart. And he was like, well, I still have that time. Rent it out. Write something and we'll just film it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I did. I wrote a script. And we ended up moving forward with it. And the actress that he had in mind was not available for it. And as soon as he told me that, immediately I was like, I need to ask Amanda.
I know somebody.
Yes.
I know someone.
I know somebody. I need to ask Amanda. But it is so short notice, and I don't want to put her on the spot. So I then sent out a huge Facebook thing, right?
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram.
Uh-huh.
And the only person that responded and applied and I was ecstatic about was this girl right here. I was so stoked that you said
so
that
funny
you
too,
because
we were laying here and she was on Facebook and she was like, oh, Jen needs an actress. You know, she has a job for an actress and everything. And she was like, but it's in Riverside.
Yeah, which is a distance.
Well,
yes.
but the first thing I said was like, well, say yes. And she was like, what? Why? And I was
keep him.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Well, it just worked out that way too because I have family that lives in Riverside.
So we were, 10, 15 minutes away from where we were shooting, so we had somewhere to stay the night.
Yeah.
Or I could stay the night and then get there the next day. No problem.
So that's why she said Riverside, and I was like, oh, like that's perfect. I can ask if we can stay over there, and then we can just, you know, you don't have to worry about the commute or anything. Like it would just be no problem. Like I'll hang out with my cousin over there, and then you go off and out and shoot all day.
You have a twin brother. Anyway, so yes.
I mean, there's Ryan. Oh no, Ryan's taken. Just kidding.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Whatever. Anyway, I don't think he even likes me anyway. But anyway, so I was ecstatic that you were like, yes, I want it. And so then, of course, when you're collaborating, I was like, okay, well, I got to talk to Hunter. And Hunter was like, it's cool, dude, whatever you want to do. And I'm like, Amanda, it's it.
Yeah.
So, mind you, back in late May, I toured that hospital. And I toured with...
toured.
I toured.
I toured that hospital,
let's be real
all right?
specific, because it's like
I
horror.
toured that hospital. That was the Boston
easy
in you right there.
So
You
I
toured it.
toured it, and there's a woman that is responsible for certain places in Riverside for you to rent out places or whatever. And so I was with my friend Charles and with my friend Hunter. And
Charles.
Sorry. so like that.
Oh, he's adorable. He's very like jazz hands. Yeah.
And so when we were touring the place, I didn't feel anything.
Uh-huh.
And she's like saying, oh well, these filmmakers felt this, and these people that were in here felt that, and these filmmakers experienced this. And there's this one section, I don't know if I showed it to you. Did I show you the freezer?
No.
Okay, I didn't show it to you.
Where they kept the dead dogs?
They keep the dead animals there. Yeah, the ones that die. But the window, I guess, was broken through, and she goes, yeah, there were filmmakers here that were filming in this section, and they actually got locked in. And so the only way that they could get out was to break through the window and unlock themselves out. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Mm-hmm. I grew up in a haunted house, like
those are some fucking crackheads or something that was, trying to find a warm place to sleep.
Whatever, And so I was like, psh. So when we were filming there too, you don't know this, but I was there by myself for about like a good 20, 25 minutes. And I walked around. I actually, the day before, I walked around too. I like was collecting a bunch of stuff and like trash and water bottles and stuff like that. I didn't feel scared. I didn't feel fear. I didn't feel anything. What? And when I was there by myself, I like walked around and I'm like, if you're a ghost, come on out. Like, show yourself. Like, I was calling them out.
Yeah.
I was totally like,
provoking.
Yes, yes. Nothing was happening. Nothing.
No, of course not.
And so, then we shot the rest of the weekend.
And then once we wrapped,
and then Amanda had her experience.
Yeah.
So once we wrapped, I was like, cool, I want to explore this place. So I did my little live feed on Instagram Live. I'm walking around, and I go up those creepy ass stairs that we filmed, where it was really hot up there.
That was like scorching.
But it was so creepy up there, and I really didn't get the chance to explore up there. So I went up there, and I'm standing near the top of the stairs, and it's dead quiet. I'm literally standing in one place, and I'm panning around, and all of a sudden I hear some kind of noise, like a footstep or something scurrying. Now thinking back, it might have been a mouse or something, or a little critter.
Rodent. That's what I said.
It was probably a little like rat.
Or a raccoon, or
a little rat. Get it? Hey! But it freaked me the fuck out because I don't know what. I freaked out. So I ran. I was like, oh shit. So I run down the stairs.
You hear it in the video. Shit.
You do.
You hear the noise in the video.
You hear like a little or a little something, and I'm like, shit. And I run down the stairs, and I just fucking eat it. I sprained my ankle all bad. It's all swollen and fat still. I mean, I'm walking around on it, but I'm walking around on it all funny. So I might just have a limp for the rest of my life, but
it was worth it. Ish.
Maybe. Sure.
Kind of. I don't know.
I wish I would have at least caught something on camera. If I'm gonna sprain my ankle and
but then again, we have not reviewed the evidence, so we don't know exactly what you found.
I guess you need to take time and
slow mo, like
Yeah, I don't think
I gotta listen with the headphones and all that. And
there could be a whole lot more underneath that.
I hope so. Fuck, because I sprained my ankle all bad. But that was the closest ghost encounter that I've had.
But anyway, back to you again.
I know,
right?
But just filming the whole project was super fucking fun. The location was awesome, and I really liked working one-on-one with you. Finally, one-on-one, because we had done something before together. The first time we worked together, we filmed That Night, which you had written.
Yes.
And it was you, me, some dude named Garrett, and whoever he is.
And that other guy named Raymond, whatever. But anyway, about us, So
I mean, yeah, kind of. But that was a fun shoot too. I feel like at that point, I was like, fuck, this is like some of the best acting that I've done. And then doing The Hunt, I was like, fuck, like I feel like I taught myself too. So it feels really good. But honestly, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it 100 times, working opposite with you, you make it so easy to do what I do.
Aww.
Oh my god, I'm me cry right now.
Aww. But you do. You make it so easy, because I feel like I'm not. I mean, I think I'm a lighthearted person. So to kind of channel into this sort of like a darker feeling, you just, I mean, it takes kind of work and effort. Of course, like we'll do one take, I'll read it through, do it another, and I feel like I just keep building. The more takes I do, the more I build.
I will agree with that. Yeah.
So it feels really good, and just you bring it every time, so it makes it really easy for me to like to step it up every time and keep going.
She's trying to fuck you right now. That's what she's doing.
God, Jen.
You want to date? Because I'll totally date you. I mean, yes, bring it.
But it was fun. Like, okay, so what was your, I don't know, what do you want to talk about, that night, or?
Let's talk about that night. Because I
how was your experience working on that night?
So, that night was approached to me in January of this year.
Oh, wow.
And it was kind of one of those things where I was kind of sitting in on another shoot called What's Good with Garrett Lee. And I was hanging out, and the Proco guys were like, oh, we're going to have this certain weekend available. Do you want to write something? We'll just shoot it here at the house. And I'm, you know, because
they were like, yeah.
And I was like,
fuck yeah, I do.
Because everything up until about that point, I was shooting inside my apartment. So I'm sure my whole audience and everybody is so sick of my place because it's white walls and it's super boring and super
That's where
scarce.
you filmed with Hunter, right?
The Deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where that was your place.
Yeah.
I just think white walls, and I've seen that.
We tried to.
That's how white your walls are. They're
super white.
They're distinct from from any other white wall. Oh, white wall. That's Jen's place right there.
White walls. That's Jen's place. We even tried to like kind of play it up where we put like records on the walls.
You have to put something to break up all the white.
There's a lot of white. Yes. There's only one room in that place which is actually painted, and I painted one of the spare bedrooms for my short film called Coat Room, and that took place in one room.
Mm-hmm.
So
you painted it.
Yeah, so we painted it. And I'll probably have to paint it when I move out. But
worth it.
I guess so.
I know, now you gotta shoot 3 more things in that one
to make it real.
Yes, I've been like writing specifically for
that room.
One of those rooms. So when they were like, do you want to shoot something here? I'm like, fuck yeah. So automatically having a location, which I had also done for the hunt, I already know where everything is, what everything kind of looks like. I'm able to write the script towards this location. So what you got is completely different than what I had originally wrote.
Oh.
Because I kept everything in the house. I didn't keep anything.
You didn't do anything for the
front yard or backyard or the little shed that they had or whatever. Everything was inside the house. And I specifically did it because I based it off of the true story that I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge crime fanatic. I watch 48 Hours and Deadline like it is my job. And so there's this 48-hour show based on these 2 couples that meet one night. And
I was going to say, isn't that like a Nick Nolte movie? 48 Hours?
It is called 48 Hours. But I'm talking about...
the show.
There's a
I'm
show.
talking about Nick Nolte, you know? No. 48 Hours.
I know, that guy's fucking creepy already.
He's like, shh, didn't his brain fall out?
All right, Jen.
Okay,
he's on
We need to go find this we need to get this murder out of here.
But the other 48 Hours, the crime show, where they call it 48 hours because you're supposed to solve a crime within 48 hours or whatever. But,
Ha.
Yeah.
Get it.
I get it.
Light bulb.
Is that why they call it that?
I'm obsessed with that show. I'm so obsessed because the way that they have it, like... Anyway, so they have this one episode where it's based on, and I wish I could remember their names right now, but I can't because I'm 4 tequila shots in.
I know, I'm trying to remember. I played one of the characters, and I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember what it is.
Wasn't it like Sarah? No, it was...
Erica. And...
Brent.
Garrett's role, because he's based off of the
Jeff.
actual character, too.
Oh, no. It was
Brandon.
Erica and... I can't remember. I can't remember.
I can't remember. You guys, I'm so sorry. I can't remember.
I'm just naming like the whitest names that I know.
Did Garrett like totally hit at you because you read the script and he's like, "Why is everybody white?" And I'm like, "Dude."
Did he say that?
Dude, like.
Okay, but Garrett's a white name too, Mr. Fucking.
Hey. Okay. Yeah. So.
He's not watching. He's preparing for Homecast right now.
Oh, he's not watching anymore. Whatever.
Whatever.
So I based the script off of this one episode because I thought it was so screwed up. Like, I thought it was so unrealistic, and I didn't think that this could be possible. But basically,
you're like, this sounds like a movie.
It does sound like a movie because it's two couples that randomly meet, and they go to this bar. They randomly meet on like some sort of bus or something. They're in Maryland, New Jersey. I can't remember right now. But
hey, Shadow Jersey from Dungeon.
Hey. But they meet on this bus, and they end up like kind of getting a rapport and hanging out. And then this one couple invites the other couple over to their condo, and basically one thing leads to another, and the woman accuses the other couple
of stealing something,
of stealing their jewelry, of stealing her purse.
And then
she calls 911, and then is like, I'll fix it, hangs up, and then chaos ensues. And then 2 people are dead, and the only reason that they realize that these 2 people are dead is because they don't show up to work 2 days later. Mm-hmm. And so then they start kind of backtracking as to what happens.
So the script that you wrote is more or less based.
You're gonna have to watch the movie.
Yeah. So the script is based on that, but you don't want to give away the script because you want everybody to be surprised. Yeah. Because it was a good time for sure to shoot that.
Yeah.
And then we did.
So wait. Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
3 people auditioned for your role.
Oh.
And hands down, that was you.
Thanks. You're trying to date me now.
Oh, you know it.
I'll watch from the corner.
Whatever. That makes me feel really good, honestly. But shout out to Brian and Joe from Proco, because they approached me with it like, hey, she's doing this. We think you'd be good. We're going to help you audition. And they really did, because I don't know shit about filming an audition or whatever the fuck. Like, I've never filmed and submitted an audition. That's so foreign to me. So they approached me, and I'm like, yes, help me. And they filmed it, and they sent it all for me. I'm like, perfect. And they worked with me, because they essentially, they knew what you were looking for, and they helped me they helped pull it out of me.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad.
Yeah, and it basically gave me, because I feel like I think I have potential, but it's kind of having the resources and having it to be pulled out of me.
But I have to say that...
Stop talking about pulling things out of you.
Whatever.
Can I pull something? Sorry, just made it creepy.
Time of the week is over.
But I have to say, like, that final scene, I was super worried about, and I was super nervous about. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, because, I don't know, it just kind of felt like, right, you, me, and Raymond were all on the same kind of level, and then when it was just you and me,
it worked.
It just felt right and easy, and it was challenging every single time.
Yeah. I like to think, like, you know, as much as I've said you made my job easy, I hope I made your job easy too.
Absolutely, because I feel like there's one take, and I was able to go over and watch all the footage and kind of be like, this is what I want, and this is what I want to use, and blah, 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 blah. There is one take that, even when I was watching it, during it, filming it, I was getting chills. And then watching it, I was getting chills again. And I really hope they use that, because I was like, this is the thing I want to use. But, I mean, you smashed it out of the park.
Thank you.
And it wasn't easy either, because you were like, every time you had me in the chokehold, it was like, okay, I'm choking right now.
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
Yeah, I taught her that.
Did you?
Yeah, you gotta get it right in the throat, right in the pit, and you flex. That's it. You don't squeeze, you flex. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, it's getting a little hot in here. Okay. So anyway, but you know you.
Yeah, taught her all she knows.
God damn it! God damn it! Well, anyway, so continuing on, because I don't even know what we were talking about.
We're having you in a chokehold.
Chokehold. Yeah. Oh, right, chokehold. Right, yes.
Being in the role and feeling
in the moment,
the power.
Yeah.
The
I didn't want to hurt you. Like, that's the thing. Like, I felt so worried because it's like I'll get into it, but it's like I don't want to hurt you. So I feel like I wasn't putting like.
But at the same time, it's like for me. I need to be in it. I need it to be real.
That's why I love scaring you before the camera came on. There was that one point where I think I grabbed you right before they started.
Yes.
And I feel like
exactly
that got me.
About. Yes.
I feel like that got me to where I needed to be, and it got you.
But you also did that during the hunt too.
Oh yeah, I did.
I don't know. She's like. I don't know if you remember this, but at one point, Nikki was like, because Nikki has feelings, and. I don't want to call her out because I don't want to make her uncomfortable or weird or anything. But she sensed something, and she was like, "Jen, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good." But at that time, I wasn't.
Oh no!
No. The reason I said I was cool was because it was so real and in the moment and realistic that I wanted that to be taken and shot, and I wanted that to be used. You know, because it was so real, and so that's what I feel what acting is.
Yeah,
real and in the moment, and getting that shot. And
so I feel like I go as method as I can. I mean,
yeah, you do.
I mean, to a point, because if you're doing a horror film where people are killing each other, you can only go so method before you end up in jail. Like,
well, Nosferatu.
You know, wait, what?
Nosferatu. You know Nosferatu?
In jail?
Dude, he fucking ate people.
Okay, clearly I don't know the history about that part.
I've seen Nosferatu, but I don't know the history of it.
Yes, the actor who played Nosferatu was a fucking killer. He killed people.
Oh, shit.
He ate them.
You know.
The more you know.
No,
see, I wouldn't go as far as.
Are you gonna eat me next time?
I mean, if you want.
Try it. Just do it.
I'll sit in the corner and watch.
Take me down.
God.
Anyway, any comments?
I know. I think it's just Garrett. D from the dungeon says your accent sounds familiar. He's from Jersey.
Oh, he's from East Coast. Yeah. I've lost a lot of it, which shame. Yes, but
it comes out after a couple shots.
It comes out when I'm drunk. When I'm drunk or if I'm mad. So if you want my Boston accent, piss me off or get me wasted.
There you go.
I like that we're doing the latter.
Wait,
I love that.
Wait, what?
No, Latter.
Oh,
the ladder. No.
What?
No, you don't know what the ladder means?
No, what does ladder mean?
It means the second thing.
Yeah, the second thing. Latter.
But she said get you drunk or piss you off. So
no, she said either piss me off or get me
drunk.
Yeah,
and then we're doing the latter.
Yeah.
The next
and we were drinking, so that's why I'm glad we're doing the latter.
Yes.
Oh, because I don't want to piss her off. Although I can't imagine
Grammar.
being mad.
Punctuation.
Hey.
Big words. I'll sit in the corner and watch.
I know.
No, you
I know. What were we talking about? I was choking you, and you were.
You were like, I was choking you, and then I felt you up, and I made out with you. And
Oh yeah, I felt her up, I guess, on set too. That was fun. But it was honestly like the moment just called for it. So I had fake blood all over my hands, and there she was, and her shirt was just there, and I just had it, and I was like, handprint, like.
Okay, wait, time out. So
was it a clean shirt?
Backtrack.
I mean, it had blood on it in other areas.
But now if you go back and when you look at the picture, you can totally see Amanda's hand on my breast.
Okay, but that was after. That was after we wrapped and everything.
But I took a lot of pictures after. But, wait. So, the significance about all of this is that Amanda is the only girl I've kissed. And she's the only girl that's felt me up. So, I feel like we're past lives. Something.
Yes. I think we're forever
connected.
I mean, that just means you're stuck with me, man.
And I'll sit in the corner and watch.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, this isn't complaining.
That's the last one, I think.
And scene. It just means you got to keep working together. I would love to work with you more. Hopefully, maybe the roles can reverse because.
Do you want me to kill you?
I mean.
She wants you to stab you with something. Or stab her with something.
And you'll sit in the corner and watch?
Oh,
hey.
That's my
well, season 2 of Malvolia is still currently filming.
For those of you who don't know, she is a horror host.
Horror host.
You actually mentioned that earlier. A horror.
So Malvolia, Queen of Screams.
Yes.
And who is Malvolia? Why Malvolia?
Oh.
Why?
Fancy that you asked. Mm-hmm. Malvolia is what she wasn't supposed to be.
That sounds like everything a horror host should be.
Everything, right?
Oh.
Wait, say that feeling.
A horror?
She's a horror.
A horror?
Horror?
She's a horror.
Horror. She was originally supposed to be an idea for a feature film. And one thing led to another, and I was kind of like, well, I have to make her realistic. I have to make her real, going back to Meisner, I think, and being like, well, I have to...
Genuine.
Exactly. True to life. Absolutely. Yes. I was like, I have to make her known. How am I going to make that known? Well, the easiest thing that we have is YouTube. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to create a season of YouTube horror host and see if some people will let me post their short films, and maybe I can do a couple of skits, and we'll just go from there. And
you know, that's like such a simple idea can go a very long way, because that's exactly who Elvira was.
Yeah.
And, you know, which is essentially the same thing, but hey, you know, shit gets old when you need someone new. So now we have someone new, and I'm pretty sure pretty sure that'll catch on at least again, because we did have it as an audience at one point. We all had it.
Yes.
With
and it's time to be reintroduced. So
to the internet, to the world. I agree. Rumor had it that she was retiring, and it's kind of like she chilling out.
She's been doing it for a while. Like she can retire if she wants. Not saying she should, but she can.
But she's been showing up to a lot of horror cons, and she's been celebrated by a lot of horror cons and stuff like that. So she's still going. But I'm willing to step in if she.
If something happens, and I mean, if she does disappear, you're gonna be the first person that I'm looking at.
But basically, what happened with that season 1 is that I built up this fan base. I built up people that actually were wanting it, were craving it, were looking for that new, fresh deadness. I don't even know what to call it, but
there was a time where monsters were the thing, because we have the Addams Family, the Munsters, and who
you
else?
don't have that anymore.
And then Elvira. Then we had Tales from the Crypt.
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing around.
Goosebumps was around for kids.
I think Goosebumps was probably the last.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Those are probably like the last, because that was around the same time.
As far as a horror genre TV show.
I mean, I don't think Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps were that horror. It was more scary. It was an intro to horror for children.
Horror Story. Like American Horror Story is along that line.
But I feel like that's okay. I guess that's more along the lines of like Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, as far as like stories go. But as far as consistent, like thinking back, like we don't have anything like Addams Family or the Munsters or like an actual that's like a staple. Like
we don't on primetime TV and in mainstream film, but getting into the horror is that there is a huge database of horror host and hostesses across the world, across the nation.
Well, horror has it's a whole different world, basically. Like there's Horror Con, Scare LA, there's
What else is there? There's a bunch of
Monsterpalooza, Son of Monsterpalooza. Yeah, I mean, and there's like.
I've yet to go to one of those, but I really want to. We should go.
Well, I'm going to Son of Monsterpalooza as Malvolia. If you want to hang out with me, that day will be September 15th.
Sure.
And
that's a Monday.
No. Then I lied. It's not September 15th. It is the Saturday. Whatever that Saturday is.
Well, you'll plug that later.
If it's Saturday 13th, then we're going to the System of a Down concert.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Fuck. Wait, no, it won't clash. But I'm being sponsored by iHorror.com, so you should come and hang out because.
Now that sounds like a webcam girl site.
iHorror.
There you go.
Oh my god. So you ended up
okay, you found me out. Okay,
you should
see this out.
Honestly, if you want funding for your films, you should totally be a creepy cam girl.
I could be.
If anything, you don't even have to really take off clothes. You can just scare people, and they'll probably get off on it too.
My mama would be so proud of me.
Yeah.
Well, no, you'll keep your clothes on. That's the thing.
That's true. I would keep your clothes on, with like a mask on, scaring people.
Yeah, like they'll watch it and they'll totally get off on like, oh, like it's a whole cam girl setup, but like instead of like being sexual, you're scaring them.
Please let us know if you get off on being scared.
Dude. Hire me. I need money.
No boobs, no ass, not even
there's
feet.
Always boobs with this chick.
Not even feet.
No matter
okay?
what you do, it's always there.
But it's just scary shit. If that makes you come, let us know. We have.
Or if you're a sugar daddy. Okay,
right,
I'm going there. Sugar daddy or fear. Scared. Whatever.
Oh my god. Where did this show go?
I know. Where did it go? What are you doing?
I'm so sorry, you guys.
But you're going to be at Son of Monsterpalooza.
I will be. I will be walking around as Malvolia, the Queen of Screams. Please approach me. Because last time I was there, nobody... Like, people kept their distance. They kept looking at me. But they wouldn't approach me.
Is that someone? I don't know if that's someone.
I don't know if
that's someone to be.
And then I have to be honest, like that makes me feel completely insecure because I was watching this one girl. She was like in a group of like people, and I could tell that she was looking at me. She was looking at my dress. I could tell like she was like intrigued or whatever, but she didn't come over. And it's so awkward and weird when people just kind of stare at you.
What I should do is I should go with you in a bunch of changes of clothes and be like, oh my god, let's get a picture together, and then we'll maybe like draw a crowd. I'll be like, you guys don't know? Oh, she's Malvolia. Like you're hired. I'll just change my outfit. I'll put on a hoodie one time. I'll just keep changing my outfit, and then like every hour I'll come out and be like, oh my god, I gotta get a picture with you.
I need to know who you are.
I know. Does it pay?
Queen of Screams.
Does that gig pay?
Girl, I'll pay for your ticket.
Yes.
There you go.
Cool.
Free entry. There you go.
Free entry to hang
those
out
shits
with
are fucking.
For the day.
Those places are fucking cool though. Like those horror cons and everything. Like, man, the makeup artists that go in there and like the graphic designers and the costume designers.
Nikki's gonna be there. Nikki's actually doing a makeup on that Friday, and then the next day she's gonna hang out. Dope with Malvolia. So you are more than welcome to come and hang out.
To camp.
To camp out.
To camp out. No more.
She'd pitch a tent right outside your booth.
What? Yeah. She's got enough fans that already pitched tents out.
Outside her condo. That's where they pitch a tent.
Condo.
I plead the fifth on all of that.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're getting a lot of hearts all of a sudden. Why is everybody liking everything?
Who is this? Why are you sending us hearts?
I love you forever and ever.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, knock over the tequila.
Oh, no, not
which is half.
We did pretty good. Live feed. Live feeders watching.
Shame we didn't finish it, but.
I mean, we can.
Yeah, don't tempt us with a good time.
I will be here for the rest of your lives.
As a matter of fact, can you give me a shot?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Oh, hey.
You don't have to take one with us. You don't feel obligated to. We're alcoholics. Like this is.
What if I did half?
This is.
You can do half.
This is just our sad lives right
now. But
I
have to be honest, I'll probably be here for another hour. So
that's totally fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's why we did this episode not early. We've done very, very late episodes, so this is
there's
early.
an extra room. You can...
there is an extra room if you really want to knock out.
I'm pretty much on vacation right now. Not on purpose vacation, but...
It's alright. Stuff gets moved around. It's understandable.
You just want to cuddle. I know. Whoa!
You said half.
Oh! Yeah, drink that shit.
Okay.
Someone's getting laid tonight.
I hope it's me.
I'll sit and watch in the corner. Alright, one more. It had to be one more. Alright, fine. We'll take it out with these last shots. Remember to check out Rat Talk every week.
Yeah,
we want to
have Jen plug her shit.
Oh, yeah, that's
plug
right.
Her shit.
Yeah, plug your butt and whatnot.
What? JenniferNagel.com, Facebook /Jennifer Nangle, Twitter /Jennifer_Nangle, Instagram /Jennifer_Nangle, or if you want to follow the Queen, Facebook.com /Queen of Screams, Twitter /Queen of... No, it's not Queen of Screams. I'm such a liar right now.
Honestly, I feel like if you follow one
Scream
thing...
of Queens.
It's
if you follow one thing, you're gonna find the rest of the things.
It's Queen Malvolia. So Facebook backslash
Malvolia, yeah.
Facebook
/Malvolia. Queen Malvolia. Can we just do this shot right now?
Yes.
All right, let's take these shots while we.
Cheers, guys.
Before we plug the rest of it.
Thank y'all. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks for being here, dude.
I'll come back next week.
Yes,
You're like, no.
Actually.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We are extending the invitation October during spooky time. We'll have you come back.
Oh, fuck yeah. If you want, you can come full Malvolia-fied. If you want.
Or just the top half.
Oh.
Yeah,
well, it's a whole half. It's a whole half. That's a lot of work.
But I would come and do whatever you want. We'll do a spooky podcast.
Yes, let's do it.
But yeah, in October we always like to do. I like to do ghost stories.
Oh yeah, we do ghost stories.
Yeah, on Halloween during October.
I know you got a bunch
week.
of them.
I could share some scary stories.
I have a couple in this house too. There's a few in this house that I've experienced and all. Oh, we'll talk to you about that later.
October.
But thank you so much for being on. It's been a blast, and not just because you brought us tequila.
I did bring him tequila.
And then thank you everybody that tuned in, all the followers and commenters. We all love you. D Rotten from the Dungeon, so be sure to follow From the Dungeon. They are our official sponsor of Rat Talk, so be sure to check them out, show them some love. D, you're getting your haunted house story episode. We just talked about that.
It's happening.
Anything that you want to plug specifically?
No. My social media hasn't changed, but you can follow me anyway. I'm One Day She Will Fly. That's probably going to be changing.
Good.
As soon as I get my website up, I have the rights to my website, which is amandacano.com. But I need content to put on said website, so once these films we did come out, I can put that on the website, and then I can change my Instagram to amandacano. So.
And then, of course, we're going to end it up on another song, and... for the birthday boy this week, Steven, we're going to finish it on some fucking more Human Extinction. We're going to do... we're going to do... well, no, we already did Transcendence. Let's do... Extinct. No, we did Extinct. Let's do...
Vial.
I probably should have... We did Vial. Yeah, I probably should have.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can play something we've already played before.
Yeah, let's do Vial. I like Vial. We'll do Vial. We're going to take it out on Vial by the Human Extinction. Be sure to look them up also. Thank you everybody that tuned in, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Love you.
You said love you?
Yeah, I did.
Aw, you're drunk.